peace. I am the Mystical Muse. I want to speak briefly on the power of unforgiveness. If I tell you that there is power in unforgiveness, what types of thoughts come to your mind? What types of beliefs, images? How does it make you feel when someone says there is power in not forgiveness, but unforgiveness? I want you to think about that a moment. My work is on repairing the breach, breaking old curses and old covenants. And I have found out in the years that I've done this that a lot of people are held up. A lot of spirits are binding people. A lot of images and thoughts are binding people because they have an unfounded belief in what forgiveness really is. Did you all know that every religion on the planet has a different interpretation of what forgiveness is? Did you also know that every religion, it doesn't matter if it's Islam, if it's Christianity, if it's Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Catholicism, did you know that all of them put in categorize what types of offenses are allowed against certain people in certain nations? Let's say if one particular God says you can take over another nation, that act is of course forgiven, even if it involves murdering and taking over. You all know what war is. That act for that nation is going to be forgiven. Do you all also know that there are various ways in the way religions sanction forgiveness of transgressions toward their God, and the way, forgiveness or, the sanctioning of transgressions are toward your fellow mates, whether it's, husband, social structure, your friends, family, stuff like that. The area of forgiveness is so important. And it's not important because you need to forgive. It's important because you need to understand what cannot be forgiven. And this is why there is power in unforgiveness. A lot of the new age teachers, and because this is my calling, I have to say it, no matter how much we respect them, love them, and admire their philanthropy, they are doing a great disservice by telling people, the wronged party, that they need to forgive the wrong party for their own sake. Oprah did a life class. Iyanla also participated in both of them. And a lot of these teachers, a lot of them, even teachers in your religious sections, all say that you need to forgive. I want you all to look at what the definition of forgiveness is. From someone that is a curse breaker, I'm going to say this right now. You better not. If you want to be free, and I mean really free, these people that are saying they're forgiving their perpetrator, they're forgiving the person that put the curse on them, they're forgiving the person that put them in this negative, adverse situation, and they're feeling good about it, they're, releasing it, they're letting it go. You all know with any intelligence that release, that peace that you feel once you've forgiven it, is momentary. It only heals the wound on surface level. It does not go in and undo all the damage that the wound, procured. So while you may feel some relief, Know that when you go back into relapse 2 or 3 months down, when those thoughts keep coming to you, when you can't keep a relationship together, when you still, battle with depression, even though you've forgiven things, know that you have not walked in your power of unforgiveness. There has to be both sides. And the real person that needs to be forgiven is you, not the person that has done anything to you. And I know that this is very different and it's controversial, but this is why people are still in pain. This is why they are still spirits, demons plaguing them. This is why they cannot find peace of mind longer than a month or 2 months. This is why they feel that they have, reached a breakthrough, and then they may hold the breakthrough for 3 months, 6 months to a year. And then all of a sudden, it manifests again in their children, or it manifests again in their life. It is because the root of the curse, the root of the mistreatment has not been dealt with. It has not. And as long as it has not been dealt with, that curse stays on you, or more deadly, it passes on to your progeny. So do not let these new age teachers tell you that you need to forgive the person for yourself. No, when you look at the word forgiveness, what you are doing is going before the grievance and forgiving the grievance as if it has never been done. Now, from my perspective, the perspective of spiritualists that are skilled in any type of generational curse breaking, any type of curse breaking, any type of casting out of spirits, we know, and I will share this and in the video, we know what the masses do not know, what the masses of these new age teachers are not telling people, maybe because they don't know themselves, or maybe because they just want people to have peace. But having peace and fixing the problem is two different things. The same, it's the difference between existing and thriving. You're both, living, but one is in a dull existence and the other is thriving in their life and existence. But I will say this, when you forgive the one that has placed the curse, the one that has mistreated you, the one that has done the grievance, you are sanctioning that person and putting the curse off of that person. And guess what? If you forgive that person's grievance, guess where that energy stays? It does not go back like curses are supposed to do. They do not go back to the perpetrator. If you forgive, the perpetrator gets off. And all of that energy, all of the negative karma that is supposed to fall that person will not, because you forgave them. And guess what? Guess where that negative energy, that negative karma goes? Because energy and spirits love to reside in people and on things, situations. So if you forgive the perpetrator and their crime against you, against whoever else they have done, is forgiven, guess who wears the karma of the perpetrator's crime? That's all.